can see my screen.
Yeah, now it was coming. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So Santosh and Ramesh, can you see this? Right? Hope
Yes.
you can see it, Santosh.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it would be easy if I can write on the top like this to remember your names. So Tosca is one of the automation tool. Is one of the automation tool. Because why I'm saying automation one of them is there are many automation tools, right? Out of which this is also one of the automation tool. Clear? And Tosca. Tosca is the product of Tricentis. Okay, Tricentis. So I'll show you the, show you the proof instance. So when you go into the Google and if you search for Tricentis.com, okay, can you see this website? So it's a product. It's a one of the product. Here you can see the Tricentis Tosca or else Tosca Commander. Just a minute. Can you see this one? Tosca Commander. Ramesh and Santosh. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, so next point is this Tosca tool is not the free tool. It's not the free tool or the open source tool, right? So it means that it is a paid tool, paid tool, or else we can say or a licensed tool. Clear about till these 4 points? And
Yes.
Tosca, by using this Tosca tool, okay, by using this Tosca tool, we can use for the functional testing. Okay, by using this Tosca tool, we can use functional testing. We can also do the GUI testing. We can also do the database testing, DB testing, and we can also do the API testing. Is this points clear? Please, any doubts, any questions as you have, you can ask me. By using these tools, we can automate all these kind of applications. And coming to the next point, Tosca tool, what we are talking. So it supports multi technologies. Means like we can automate a application, SAP application or a SAP technology, or else we can call it an SAP. Is this clear? Application, SAP based application we can automate. And not only the SAP application, we can also automate the Salesforce application, Salesforce based application, or else we can also take any web applications. Okay, and also we can also do the desktop based applications. Any queries here till here?
I know, Santosh.
Is that clear? All are clear these points. So almost like we can also do the mobile mobile testing. Mobile testing also we can do. We can do the mobile application testing. And also like legacy applications, or I can say mainframes. Almost what I can say in sense, almost all kind of an applications we can automate. Almost all kind of an application. we can do by using this tool. Clear? And by this Tosca tool, we have, as I told, it is an licensed one. We have a service like called 24 by 7. Why I'm telling this 24 by 7 instead? In case, if you are working, right? If you are working on any new technology or anything, right? New technology applications where Tosca is not identified or not captured, then in that case you can we can or we who are using this one who has taken the license, we can drop the mail to the support. Okay, so in that case these people will look into our issue. These people will look into our issue if they want something like captcha, for example, something captcha or anything else. So they will provide the solution to us. They will provide the solution to us. Is this clear? Any query still here? Santosh, Ramesh, both please. You can respond. Any query still here?
No.
Okay, next one. Tosca, we can call it as, uh, who can learn like Tosca, who can learn this, or else we can say zero coding in Tosca. There is no coding at all. Or else we should not say zero coding. We can tell instead of zero coding, we can tell less coding. Very, very less. Not less, I can say very, very less. Why I'm saying very, very less coding in sense, I'll tell you later on. Okay. The or else people will call as a zero coding. Okay, people. I'll tell you later on why we are calling as zero coding or less coding. For example, I'll show you a small scenario. For example, I'll show you a small scenario. Uh, Let me take a date related topic. Okay, date. So in interview, people will ask you if I want to print today's date, if I want to print a today's date. So this is the coding you will be writing. Flower bracket, date open and date close. Date open and close of the flower bracket. So I cannot say this is a zero coding, right? There is a light coding, very, very less, a single line code. Now, if I run and I'll show you, you can see it will print me the today's date. Today's date is 06/10 and 2024. So that's the reason I won't call it as a zero coding. Instead of this zero coding, I can call it as very, very, very less coding. Is this clear?
Yes, Sampath.
Yeah. Coming to next point, like pre-request. If someone want to, like you or anyone who want to learn this Tosca tool, pre-request, at least they should have the knowledge on the manual testing. They should have the manual testing, how to write the test cases, because they will understand the flow. This is our pre-request. This is our pre-request. And coming, like few people ask me, like a Tosca. There are many tools in the market. One is like Tosca, and one is of Selenium, and I can also call it another tool UFT. We have like coded UI related to this. This is Microsoft product. This is a Microsoft. This is, anyone can let me know, Micro Focus tool. This is the product of ThoughtWorks. This is the product of Tricentis. Clear? These are all the products or the companies who has launched these products. But coming to this one, ThoughtWorks. So here the prerequisite should be Java. The people should know Java or like Python or a C sharp or a .NET. We can. In this case also you have to good in the VB scripting language. And coming to the Microsoft of coded UI, it's a C sharp that you have to be good, or else a .NET programming language. Whereas coming to the Tricentis Tosca, We know not required any programming knowledge. Not required. No need to, because I have shown you the code part also little bit. So the programming language, if you don't know also, that's fine. And coming to the market as of now, okay, as of now, it's a trending tool. I can say trending tool in the market. And the another one, like flavors, I can say you flavors. So in interview, if you know what people will ask, web application testing using Tosca, correct? Web application testing, normal web application testing. So this kind of a people in the market, you will find many people. It's a common. And like API testing, API testing, or API instead of application, I write a API testing of the using Tosca. This is another flavor. If another flavor like database, DB, or like ETL. Instead of this, there is a data integration. So by using data integration, we can do the testing using Tosca, right? But this is very rare, that flavor that you found in an market. One second, let me paste. Which instance? SAP application or SAP application testing using, or SAP testing using Tosca. Like banking applications, you have been worked, many people of like the Ramesh with 10 years of experience, he had seen many, right? So here there is a good demand for this one also, Salesforce, right? Application testing using Tosca. So these flavors are very, very hot cake. I mean, web application testing, it's very, very normal, and you can find a people. Like if not you, there are many people in the market you can find. So these are like two things which are like specializations, more specialization, like SAP testing also, I can say. This is very hot cake in the market. Okay. Coming to the duration of this what I can say, Tosca, right? Approximately this will take us, you know 30 hours to 40 hours approximately, I'm telling, with plus or minus some 5 hours, plus or minus, not minus, definitely it would be a plus of 5 hours, I'm approximately giving, right? Okay. Coming to the fees, right? So please contact Computech. Okay. Right. Okay. Next, any other questions apart from this? Coming. Okay. I'll tell you about the syllabus. Okay. Syllabus. Yes, we will cover the web part, means web application testing. Whatever above I have written, right? Web application testing, again using Tosca we will be covering. Okay. We will be covering API testing. Okay. And we will be covering the, yeah, DB testing. DB testing using Tosca. I have not written, I'm not writing all, but main topics. Excel sheet, right? Excel sheet, or else working with the Excel sheet. I can say here, working with Excel sheet using Tosca. As I told you, standalone application, right? Or desktop, means like PDF. Okay. Or else here I can write as working with PDF, means we can also automate a file PDF file. And also you will be learning working with files, normal files, folders, folders, okay, Excel, like Word, okay, and Notepad, all these things. Okay. Apart from this, I'll also teach you how to work with the strings, like working on the strings. And also I'll teach you working on the date which I showed you just now. date related things, how to work. And also we will be learning about the clicks, means there are different type of clicks, how to click, like click, drag and drop related, or else long long click, or else right clicks, because on websites you'll all use these things, right? That's the reason. Okay. And another click also, you call it as x is also one of the click, x is also one of the click that I'll tell you later on for it. Coming to the next, we'll also learn about action modes. I call it as an action modes. So we have couple of action modes here, like input, means if you want to give any value, like there is a login will be there, like username, so you want to enter some value into that, then you will be using as an input. I'll show you if I want. Let me show you. For example, if I take you, this is a demo session, right? Okay. So, okay, login is there. So here, this one. If you take this scenario, like here you can see email ID. So email ID is a input. Means if I open a website, general website, on the high level, I'm trying to tell Ramesh and Santosh. Like I'm taking a small website which is given a sample website. Okay, I'm clicking on login. Now I have to enter the username and password. So I am providing the inputs. So this is the mail ID which already I created, and this is the password which I am having. And the next line is I have to click on a click login button. So these are the steps. I also used a verify here. These are the action modes. Can you see here action modes? So here input is like what you want. Verify in sense whatever the value I want to cross check it. So those things is I'll be covering here. Verify. Okay. And coming to other parts, here there are couple of things. Input I told, verify, buffer, wait on. We'll also cover all these things. What? Buffer is like to store the value or a variable, I can say. Wait on is to wait for some time to the page load. We need to wait for some time. Like there are websites which will take some more time. So we have to handle those things. So by wait on we will be doing. And coming to the other one, like select and constraint will be using. Limit our search, I can say. Constraint, constraint, and select. Apart from this, again I'll show you here. We will be covering a data types. There are a data types like string, date, numeric, boolean, and password. So for password, so this is a password, right? Let me copy this password. For example, already I have written a string, right? I have written a string. If I convert this to a password, so you will see the password as this format. Obviously it's an encrypted format, right? So if I mark this as a string, then you can see the password. So that's the reason we will be giving like this. Okay, we'll cover all these things. So I'll write as a data types. We will be covering what are the data types. I'm not writing all, but yeah, string, password, okay, boolean, date, and numeric. Okay, next, coming to the other line, here you can see, just let me do this. Work state work state in sense, you can see the planned, in work, and complete. Means there is a difference. I'll show you. If you can see, it won't take much time. Now can you see this symbol, this one? For example, if I capture this one, I hope you can see this one clear. Let me increase. Can you see this one? It's showing control Z. Let me, this is the arrow it is showing. For example, this is the arrow it shows showing to you, and there is an icon in the black which shows like this. Hope you can able to see this one. I'm talking about this one. Okay, now it this symbol indicates that you are in the plan. You are in the plan. When I convert this into in work means I'm working on it. So you can see the black icon which is inside changes towards the left. Can you able to see now? Now, if I say completed, means it would, the black icon which is showing inside that circle gets disappear. So this is the three symbols icons that where we say about the work state. I hope I am covering all those things right now only. But anyway, work state. Okay. So there are like planned, what we can cover. There are in work, what we can cover, and it is like completed. This is what. All right. Not only these things, actually there are four things. If I go to a section, we call it as one test case section, execution section, and module section. Okay, these three things. So I call everything as a section here. Data integrity is for the ETL. Data integrity is for that ETL. But anyway, what I'm talking in sense, I will cover major important things from this section. So I won't write all these names, but I'm trying to tell you the sections. Okay, sections. Major important is writing the test cases where you write, and test case design. This is nothing but test case designing. You can design. Okay, you can call it like Excel. Not, we won't call it as an Excel, but it is the way from like an Excel you can pass the value into your test cases. Like an Excel you can pass into that one. Okay, and modules, where you get the standard modules. Okay, and another part is execution. Okay, execution. These three things will cover it. Then again I'll cover with the work. I mean, yeah, what I can say, workspace. Workspace. Workspace in sense, we can work in a single user workspace. Single user workspace means here what happens, single user in sense only a single person can work on that. You are not giving any rights or a space to him to work. Means multiple people cannot work on that in a single workspace. And we will also learn about the multiple users workspace. Means in a project generally there are 3 people or 4 people who will be working on it, right? So that's the reason 90% people in a project we will be working on a multi-user workspaces, not the single user workspaces. Okay, so since we are working on a multiple workspaces, so you have to know few things like this one update all means you will get the updates from the other person who has checked in his code. Check in and check all also. For example, this is like checked in, and I have to like this check out. Means I'm checking in and I'm checking out like this. Checkout tree. Or if I check in all, now you see I'll check in all. I selected this particular one and I'm checking all. Once I do a checkout, so other person cannot enter or cannot modify this image. For him, it will show that the other person is using. You got my point. Other person is busy. It shows him as a red color. I'll show you like this. You got my point. Now check in. I want to only check out this. I want to only work on this. Now for me it shows me green. For other person, if he want to work on this, for him it shows as a red color. This all these things are red color. So we will be learning all these things. Clear? So that's are like I said you about the workspaces and few things I'll try to show. Okay, let me just check out. This would be more easy. Okay, and there are other topics called like libraries libraries or like reusable RTB, right? We will be covering, and we will be covering a test configuration parameter, and also we will be covering a business parameter. These things we will be covering. So for example, test configuration parameter instance, see here. Here you can see. So which browser I have to open? Which browser? This all the code I have to open in which browser? So instead of not giving here, I'll provide it in a browser. And again, here also, for example, you can see in URL, what I did, I have written as CP. CP means test configuration parameter. So here I have written as test URL. So this test URL holds some value. Where is that value? The whole this value is holding here. That is, I'm passing the website into this one. Means this variable is storing. Now this variable I'm providing here. So instead of changing here always as a static, so I'm telling that I don't want the user to go into my script. It's a simple English language where you want to change anything, you can change from here this way. So test configuration parameter. So as I said you, test designings also. There are some test designings. You can see these sheets like Excel sheet I told you, right? Like properties. I'll come to point this one. Can you see this properties? This is like Excel sheet. The data I'm doing. So where I have shown you this one. Where is that? Test designing. I have this one. This part. Okay. And parameter and identifying the objects. Identifying the objects. As if you have been worked in Selenium or anywhere else, you know, heard about XPath, right? The same way, I'll show you a small scenario how to identify. And I think I covered lot many things as like clicks I covered, string, buffers, like okay, mouse clicks also we can see, files also we can see, work data types I covered. We can also take the screenshots. We can also do the repetition, means like a loop, you know, loop, right? Repetition. We will be also covering the web table. So I can also mention them here, like repetition. Okay, repetition we will be covering, and we will also covering the web table. What is web table? In sense, in a website pages, there would be a table column, like it would be a table structure. So the rows and columns is the rows, how to handle the rows, how to handle the columns. In rows and columns, how to click on them, right? How to fetch the value of the rows, how to fetch the value. We have to fetch the value, correct? Sometimes do this one. And we'll also cover, like, you know, random numbers or random string we can say, or characters, numbers. All these things is we will be covering. Okay, then we have also have like if else conditions is, if else. So if that is not exist, what happened? So if else, then we will be covering all these things. Okay, control groups. Okay, I read do statements also we will be covering. We will be covering do this statement, do statement. Okay, okay, TDM is different again. That's fine. Now I'll show you a small sample one. Okay, I'm creating a separate folder here. Okay, let me create a separate folder for you so that you will understand how I am creating a small script. So I'm creating one folder for you and writing as Ramesh and Santosh. Okay, Santosh. Now, now I also go and create one module here. One module under this one. What is that module? I'll tell you later on in depth, but I'm just trying to show you a small scenario, small sample one, nothing else. Let me go here and jump to the module. See here, I'm also jumping a module section here. Now there are multiple, right? Now under this, I create I need to check out. Again, I'm check outing. Okay. Then only I can start creating. So you can see now. Now let me create one folder called RAMS Ramesh separately, Ramesh and Santosh here. Now let's take a web or anything, any website now. I want to click on this thing that I want to click on a register. What I do in sense, first I'll go to the module section and I'll go and create a scan. I'll click on a scan. Means Now application, you can see scan, application, PDF, and mobile and everything. Now let me click on the application. Okay, once I click on this application, I mean scan an application, what my Tosca do instance, this is called a scan wizard. We will also cover this one. Now it will ask me many applications. See, it will show me these are all the applications that you are open in your laptop. Now which application you want to do automation? So I have to select the application which I have to automate. Either this or anyone. So but as of now we thought to do the automation on this site. So I'm clicking on this site. Okay. Once I clicked on the website, okay, focused. Now you can see here. I hope you are all following me. I'm not fast, right? Now you can see in this web page there are many objects identified by the Tosca. Many identified. How do I know? For example, you can select this checkbox and I'll make a highlight. This is an highlighter. So it will, I can see here. So once I select this checkbox and I clicked on it, it is showing highlighting. Okay, this is the name which I noticed. Or else if I say Q, okay, the search box. Can you see this one? It's captured. So if I click now, what I want to do, I want to click on this register, correct? Or else I can take these two things. Like, so I'll take a Q and I'll click a search. Search means this button, search button. So here, I hope you are following Ramesh and Santosh. Search button, I'm writing as button, and Q as a search box. I'm writing as a search box. Let me remove this highlight. You can see very clear. So these two things I selected. I clicked on it, and I don't want to see all these remaining objects. I don't want to see. Now what I can do is just I can filter it here from here. So I can see only two things. Once I see these two things as here, so on the top bottom you can see the selected items are unique, means these selected items are unique, means it's not like uh, having the same name with the other objects. These two objects names are totally different, or means they are unique. They are not matched with some other object. Okay, so we are like identifying properties. We'll cover all these things. So there are another ways: properties, anchor, image, and index. We will also cover all these things. So I'm not writing, but I have written as here identifying the objects. This one. Okay. Now, after once I selected these two, I click on just save and I'm closing this button. Once I close this, now you go back and open this. Under Tosca, like whatever the module section, I can see these names. I can these two names, right? Now what you have to do instance, you have to just drag and wherever, okay, no, let me open that. Wherever I created your folder, correct? I created this folder. Now I can pull it out. Let me pull it out separately like this and keep it here. So this is the one you can see clearly, very clearly. Now where is my test case which I drag this one? Now I can move this into the Ramesh section, right? So I can drop it here. So here it's been dropped now, or else you can also navigate from here like this. Okay, if you want, you can change anything. Like here, I can write as search. Okay, search anything, whatever the notes you want to write as a naming convention. I'll tell you those things as a best practice. Now, search box is there and button is in search box. What I should enter? I should enter the Ramesh. Anything I want, Ramesh and slash Santosh. I'm writing correct. So I'm writing these two things as an input. See, I want to enter. So that's the reason I selected my action mode as input. Now button OK. So you can see here, click, automatically click I'm using here. Okay. Now let me run this script. and let me see my web page is opened. Okay, now my scripts I'm running here. Right click and run in the Scratchbook. You can see in the Chrome browser, it has to enter those things like Ramesh and Santosh, and it has to click on the search button. Let's see whether it is doing or not. Yes, it entered Ramesh and Santosh and it clicked on search button. Obviously, there is no data. You won't find any data by name called Ramesh and Santosh. So this is the process how we have to do automation and scanning. Now it is fetching the results. It's, can you see? Here, I also want to verify this search button is available or not. Then what I can do in sense, copy this and I make a paste. Okay, I'm doing this copy and again I am pasting it here. Okay, so I got another. So before clicking, I want to check, verify whether the search button is there or not. Then I can write here whether inner text or exist, whether it is exist or not, means whether that object is there or not, it will search true. Then I can run once again. Now before running, my website should not be this page, go back, this page it should be, and removing this text also. Now let me run this and see, it will, I'm verifying whether the button is there or not. You can ask me after also we can keep. Yes, we can also keep the search button after, because search button is not going to disappear from that place. There are sometimes there are objects, once you click on that object, it won't be like login. If I click on login, then again login won't be there for me, logout will be there. So that's the reason. Now you can see the results here. You can explain here. Yes, it exists. I verified it, whether there is a name. You also know very well, like if you are doing any GUI testing, we'll also verify the names, the title, like register, like this email, this text also, right? We can also verify those things. Anyway, so this is how we will work on the Tosca. It's a scanning, like module. I told you a module, right? So from there also we can do. There are like standard modules you can see here, like opening a URL. If I tell a opening URL, so this is a standard one because everyone can use this one, right? Everyone will use this one to open a website. So that's the reason what Tricentis thought that, why do you want to scan this one? It's a common for everyone. So he thought and he introduced this as a common one to us. But as I told you, this registration or this search button should not be common for all the websites. All the websites. Or if that is a common also, their names may be different, right? So that's the reason the two options are there. Standard, it means it's being given by the Tosca to us. So you no need to automate this one. For example, I want this open one. Now instead of scanning, I simply drag and drop into this one. That's it. Simply drag and drop. And first I have to open my website, right? First I have to open on it. So I have to bring it in the top. Now, yes, website is there. Let me pass the website. Which website I have to pass? This path. Now I am pasting this website. Clear? Now I can close this website now. Correct? I can close this website. But which browser it has open? You don't know. Correct? So I'll go and select here Firefox. Okay. So this is not required for me. Okay, no problem. Let it be there. Now, now simply run this one. It automatically from the starting to it opens the website, normal browser, that to Chrome browser it has to open. Second step, in Chrome browser it has to type the URL which I passed. Okay, okay, there is an error because URL is not properly done. Okay, okay, this is was wrong. Control X, I need to pass here. Okay. Now let me run again. Browser, it opened. So it takes some time, right? Okay, URL is opened, correct? So there is a delay between this. By the time it opened, it taken some time, right? So it is, that's the reason it showed me a fail now. Correct? See, first one is passed and second one was failed. So what I'll do in sense, in between these two, I want to add a wait tab. T box wait. Means to wait for some time in between. So what I should do now, I need to bring in between these two. Okay. So what is the time duration? Let me give some time. Okay. Now I have given time to them. Now I can close this and go to search and once again run on this. So almost we are end with the session for today. So let me, okay, website, it's opening. Yeah, this pop up again, it is, that's we have a time. So I manually clicked on it. Right. It entered the username password and I clicked on search. Perfect. Our script is perfect. So this is a sample, which I want to show you before you want to, I mean, before you start learning on the Toaster, how complicated it would be or it won't be complicated. That is your choice. So these are the topics that, I'll be covering in our, training sessions. Like again, I can say you here how to click on like, button, right? Like drop down list, right? Or like radio buttons, how to handle the table uh, table instance. These are like tables. I'll show you a web table. For example, if I scan a table, or else yeah, I can also show you on this one. I can scan and I show you. 1 second how it comes. If I go into the module section again here, not this one. I don't want to disturb this one. Under Ramesh, let me show a scan. You will see that. Please bear. I know we are. Oh, second. Oh,
హలో సంపత్ సార్, రికార్డింగ్ అయిందా సార్? హలో హలో సార్. యా హలో, సంతోష్ అండ్ రమేష్ వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా?
నా మాట వినపడుతుందా మేడం?
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్, వాయిస్ వస్తుంది. వినిపిస్తుందా మా వాయిస్?
ఒక్క నిమిషం. అదే అదే అందుకే సంతోష్ని అడుగుతున్నాను. సంతోష్ అండ్ రమేష్, ప్లీజ్ వెయిట్ ఒక్క నిమిషం.
వాళ్ళకి ఉంది, ఆడియోలో ఉంది వాళ్ళకి. మీరే ఇందాక సడన్ గా మ్యూట్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయారు.
మేడం ఇది రికార్డింగ్ అవ్వ కొంచెం ప్లీజ్ ఆగండి. యా
అది ఎందుకు మీరు ఓన్లీ ఆర్గనైజర్ ఇది పోయింది సార్ మీకు, అందుకనే నాకు డౌట్ వచ్చింది. మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఓన్లీ ప్రెజెంటర్ ఆర్గనైజర్ కాదు, అందుకని అంటున్నాను.